Hello and welcome to Eye on the Money, the television show that gives you insights into how to improve your financial well-being as well as make your money work for you. I'm Ingrid Nantege. Now, our collaboration with Autonomy is still ongoing. We're now 3 weeks in, with this being our third episode. So again, just in case you missed out on the first two, make sure you check them out on our social media handles, especially on YouTube. Now on to the business of the day, and today on the show we discuss myths and truths of entrepreneurship. Now, research shows that roughly 1 in every 18 people globally owns his or her own business. Some people launch companies to pursue opportunity, while others, including many entrepreneurs in developing countries, do so out of necessity because it's the most promising way to earn a living in the region. Whatever your location or motivation, every would-be entrepreneur can benefit from learning what the role really entails. A good place to start is with the many myths and misconceptions that surround entrepreneurship. Debunking this can help startup leaders figure out what's truly necessary to achieve success with their companies. Now, joining me on the show to debunk some of the myths and perceptions surrounding entrepreneurship is a personal favorite by now, Shiba Njagi, Head of Learning and Innovation at Autonomy. Welcome to the show, Shiba.
Santi.
We've been doing this for 3 weeks and I'm almost an expert.
Yeah, you should be like a trainer now.
Yeah, I think I'm just about ready to train.
Yeah.
I feel like after today's lesson, where we're going to talk about the myths and truths about entrepreneurship, I'll be good to go. What do you think?
Karibu.
Before we get into it, let's look at what Kenyans think about entrepreneurship.
First, I can say entrepreneurship is a risk endeavor. So basically, my best attribute for an entrepreneur is courage. So unakuwa courageous because kutakuwa na the good days and the bad days. So for the good days, you need the courage, and the bad days, you need even more courage.
Simple. First of all, they should have seen the value of how to entrepreneur a business, and now different aspects needs to be addressed. Like you said, you need to be an innovative thinker and then a plan for it. Planning with very objective plans. You should know, what am I doing with this? You should know what is the tomorrow for the business, and putting all those aspects together.
First of all, you need to be you yourself. Number 2, you need to have an idea. You cannot be an entrepreneur without an idea, right? So once you have those things, capital will come. You will have to find a way on how you get the capital to start up your business.
You should have a hobby. You should do what you like, first of all. You should come up with a business idea that you like. Secondly, you should be a risk taker. You should be creative and innovative. And also, you must have capital or a source of capital for you to be an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Great ideas and money with the element of interest I mentioned. You can't fail or not becoming an entrepreneur. And one important ingredient, you need to be a little more ambitious than operating the way the business runs on its own.
Just the idea, that doesn't make you a good entrepreneur. Yeah, but working on the idea and planning about the idea makes you an entrepreneur.
I don't think that's basically it, but those are some of the things that are required by a great entrepreneur. Yeah, there is more to just the money and the good ideas.
Kuna a lot of things zenye zina come into play. It's not only the aspect of capital. You can have capital, a lot of people have capital, but kuna vitu mingi zenye zina come into play. So that having money and an idea does not make you a good entrepreneur. Good execution ndio ina make all the difference.
If you have an idea, a great idea that is, at the same time, you have money, it doesn't make you a great entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur, you have to go with changes. You have to be able to learn the market structure. Is it going to improve? If you are told it's low, are you able to increase that market? But having money doesn't make it all. You can have money. So many people have money, but they are not entrepreneurs because they don't have the good qualities.
Money doesn't mean you have brains. There are two different things. For you to be a good entrepreneur, you should have the brains behind, because you can have the money but you don't have the ideas.
You must have first an idea on where you want to start your entrepreneuring, or maybe the entrepreneurship. Number 2 is creditworthiness, and this goes hand in hand with trustworthiness. And the quality of the salesmanship is also what is very important qualities of an entrepreneur. There are a lot of other qualities which include the visibility, studies, and all other things.
So Shiba, today we're talking about all the information, all the truths, all the lies, all the opinions that are out there as surrounding entrepreneurship. But I just want to know, why do you think there's just so much out there in terms of perceptions, in terms of myths, in terms of lies? Like, why do you think there's really so much when it comes to this field of entrepreneurship?
I'd say it's because, you know, we always say in the world of entrepreneurship, and even especially as we run our program, and every time we are asking our clients, so why have you come for this program? And many usually say, hey, there's so much noise out there. I don't know what's true, what's not. And you know, we've seen even in our media where there are certain people that say they are business people, but truly they are not. They're probably running illegal businesses, but presenting it to the world like it's the best thing ever, and yet, you know, we know that they're not funding their businesses properly. You get what I mean? Then there are those who, unfortunately, there are people who don't tell people the truth.
Yes.
You know, we also have such people who you go to them and I tell you, Ingrid, you're an amazing entrepreneur. I like how you've been running your business. Right. Please teach me one thing. And they just tell you, don't worry, you just go start your thing, you will make it, you know. So also having such kind of people who are not very truthful with what they do or what they did to get there. And that's why we exist as a business, to be able to debunk, as you've said, these myths, and also help people to really learn how they're able to create wealth through entrepreneurship. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to personally tell you some of the myths
Please
or
do.
some of the things I've
Please
encountered.
throw them my
but
way.
before I even get into this, I would
Yeah.
like to particularly hear from you in your line of work. I'm sure you've had some things where you're like, in all these years I've been doing business, that too.
Yeah.
What would you say as, let's start with myths. What are some of the most predominant myths that are really just swimming around us and people have actually even embraced and, you know, incorporating in their businesses, but really they're outright myths?
Yeah. Number 1, I will leave my job and go and run things my own way, be my own boss because I'm the main manager. I'm going to be the main manager of my time. Myth.
All right.
Your customer will be your boss.
Okay.
Not you. Of course, on paper, you'll be CEO, founder, business owner, everything. But so many people think that if they leave their jobs and start running a business, they'll have things easier because now they have control and command over how things run. But if you're joining a business with that notion, you will fail. You have to come in business knowing that yes, even if you'll be your own boss, it doesn't mean you'll wake up anytime you want. It doesn't mean you will show up for your business anytime you want. It doesn't mean that if you are the real boss, to be honest, the real boss will be the client. Right. In fact, it will need you to be the most disciplined person than even what HR expected you to be in your previous business. Mm-hmm. So everyone who has started, who believes that, that's a real big lie. Number 2, business. I'll get in there, make my money quickly, you know. Yes. I'll make quick money because I'm selling clothes. Everybody needs clothes, so why not? Anyone who joins a business or starts a business so that they can make quick money, that's a myth as well. You need to give it time. In fact, in the personal finance class, we usually say business is a high capital growth investment option. It is high risk, high return. So don't get into business thinking because I'm selling something that everybody needs, I'll make money quickly. That's a myth as well. Another myth people have is so and so is doing it, so and so runs a pig farm, so and so is selling milk, or so and so just started they are an influencer, I can do it as well.
Right.
Ooh, child.
Child.
Just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean you will also excel in it. So it means, you may see someone who is very successful, but if you really go to behind the scenes, I know you're in the media industry, the behind the scenes will teach you and show you that so much blood, sweat and tears goes into something so that it can be successful. So just because you're running a good media company doesn't mean I can go and start. Another final one, I have so many.
Right.
Another final one is, just because let me run a business, I'll start a business because I currently am employed in this business. So for example, you work at Metropole. So you just say, now I'm going to start Ingrid Pole.
Right.
Right? Because I know how Metropole works. But just because you've been working in that industry doesn't mean that you need to start the same business. It's not just about the title. It's about so many intricate aspects about a business that you need to be able to understand.
Now, I want to throw in my two.
Right.
And then you're going to help me explain them, because I've had this a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to bring in the aspect of the employee, because, a business is more than just, the leader, the structures, there's employees in there. So I've had one that says, to motivate an employee, all you need is to give them money. Then there's another one I've had, as an entrepreneur, all you need is a good idea.
Ooh.
Take it away, Shiba.
Let me tell you, especially in my line of work, I have come to learn that people don't just need money. We have seen people even leaving jobs, very high-paying jobs, to go and start working in a new business, a startup, not as big salary as they used to have, and it's not purely financial. Some of them will tell you, it's because I wanted to just change my career trajectory. It's because I wanted to experience something new. It's because I wanted to follow my passion that I haven't in so long. So the reality is, it's not only about the money. So even as a business owner, you need to actively think about, how else can I reward and recognize my people other than money? Because, do you even understand your people? Above and beyond the Kenya shillings or dollars that you're paying them. So it's not just about the money. Some of them is very many different things. And it's good for you to be engaged with your people so that you can know what excites them, because that will help you to know how you can also keep them engaged. Because you give me 200,000 today, next month I'll now think, I think I want 300 now. You give me 300, next year I'll say, I think I want 600 now. As in, money is insatiable. So you have to also understand, so what else does Sheba need or like? What excites her that we can be able to support with, and so that you're able to do that.
Now, Shiba, another thing is, and this is just to pick up on something that you mentioned at the top of the conversation, the reason why there's so many myths is some people just outrightly decide to lie.
Yeah.
But my question is, when it comes to just forming these perceptions, do you think maybe upbringing, what you've seen, what your thoughts are about business? For example, if maybe my dad was running a business and then the knowledge he got is what he imparted on me, and he expects that's what I carry on with life, even if he started his business in 1980 something and now we're in 2021 battling corona, a lot has changed. So the question is, in terms of shaping these perceptions and also actively trying to figure out what's right and what works for me, what would you say is a key driver in shaping this, and how can people then get out of that mindset? And what I'm saying with it.
I understand. You're right. Our past experiences really do inform our behavior, really do inform. So what happens is, our experiences inform our beliefs. Right. Then our beliefs inform our thoughts. Then our thoughts inform our actions. Right? So it's so possible, and it's highly possible, because many times we do things because we experience them, knowingly and also unknowingly. So what I say when I think about that is, it's always good, especially when it comes to money matters, business matters, for you to spend some time with yourself. You know, this is where mindfulness also comes in, where now you are also asking yourself, why do I do things the way I do? Why do I think the way I think? Is it because I was taught in school? Is it because I saw it from my parents or I saw it from my grandparents? Is it because I experienced it somehow? Is it a good thing or not? Is it something I want to continue doing, or is it something I want to change? So this is where the aspect of really spending time to understand yourself, self-awareness, comes in, so that you don't also be someone who just does things or believes things because everybody does. You're right. Our experiences do inform a lot of our current experiences. I want to tackle a myth you mentioned and I didn't talk about, which was, I have a great idea. Let me run a business. An idea is an idea. A business is a business. Not all good ideas end up being good businesses. Why? Because other than just the idea, there are so many things that we even talked about that needs to be fed into this idea for it to become this beautiful business or beautiful product. So I remember, I like sharing this because for me, why not? It's my stories.
And also you learn from other people's experiences. That's one thing I've learned. Like if Shiva tells me I went through this, it's easier to pick on. So please share.
Let me tell you a great idea I once had a few years ago. I had just we had just graduated from school and had gone on an international exchange program and then come back. And I was so excited because when I was abroad, I got to see a farm, a very huge pig farm that was using innovation, technologically enabled. Let me tell you, that was a huge farm of almost 10,000 pigs being managed by one farmer. And it's because they had set up a very nice, what can I say, computer-based or computerized system. These things could feed themselves. They could hydrate themselves. They could shower themselves after only from a click of a button. And I was blown away. And the guy running it was a Kenyan. And I'm just like, we should take this to Kenya. So when I'm back here, my main motive was to create a pig farmers cooperative society, because I was just like, it's time to make sure that our farmers are not monopolized anymore because of technology. Let me create a business that will enable this. Good idea. Is a business running? No. Because as I was now implementing that idea, I realized, I needed to do so many things that I was not ready for. The idea was good, but I needed to have the right partners, I needed to have the right capital, I needed to have the right staff, systems, processes, and then I was like, do I really want to do this? No.
Right.
Here we are. So not all ideas are good ideas turn into good businesses, but good ideas could turn into businesses, but you have to do the work, you have to input, the right energy.
Shiva, we'll take a very quick break right now, and our audience at home, again, send your feedback and comments to our social media handles at Metropole TV KE on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be right back.